Hi guys, I'm going to make a cheesecake today, and I thought I would explain to you how to crumble cookies as fast as possible for the bottom. So you got these cookies, and make sure that you got your top almost closed all the way. Just leave a little bit of room there, and then roll up your cookies in those Ziploc bags, and so that all the air can go out. And when the air has gone out, close up the last part. And then you take a cloth, an old one, and you roll that in there. And you take a dough roller, and you just start smashing that. So I'm going to turn you off for now, because that's going to make a lot of sound, and it's just going to be shaking the camera, so that doesn't really work. I'll show you in a minute. It goes really fast. Okay, now when you smashed one side all flat, you're going to turn it around, and do that again. And there we have it. And that's the way I want it. Nice and thin. So I'm going to put that in with the rest. I already did some here. I'll just put the rest in. And that's my cookie crumb button. Take the big parts out. And when you shake this, big parts will come to the top. Put them back in the bag. And I'm going to smash those big parts again. Of course, I cleaned my hands before I did this. Big chunks will always come to the top when you shake it. And that's what it looks like. And if there's a really big chunk in there, well, there's nothing you can do but have to eat it. That's just the rule of law. So, I'm gonna go make my bottom now. Next you need like a little pan and cream butter. And I take like a quarter of the cream butter and I cut that down. I'm not gonna do that here because everything will get dirty. Put it in there and melt it. So that will be the glue that will keep the cookies together. And as that melts, we're going to go to the next step. As the butter melts, I'm getting one of these, and I got baking paper. Hot butter goes on here, and then we're going to stir it. And I hope it's enough. If not, you just have to cut off some more butter and heat it up. How do you know that that is good? And how do you know there's enough butter in there? Well, everything needs to kind of look moist, and when you do this, it needs to be flat. Okay, so that needs to be like, because you're going to smoothen out the bottom of the cookie, because you're going to smoothen out the bottom of the pan, that needs to be all flattened out. Okay, now you can still get some big chunks out of there. Oh, good cookies. Okay, time to put it in. And I like me a big, thick crust, so we got a lot of cookies here, a pack and a half. Okay, now we're going to smoothen that out and push that down. And the middle is always bulging a little bit. So I'm always trying to make that go up a little bit. So what do we got? I got Monchou, which is cream cheese. I don't know if you guys have it there in America. You could just use Philadelphia also, of course. And the butter. Now let's put that in first before that melts. That's leftover butter. Oh yeah, it's not a healthy dish, I can tell you that. There goes the butter. And then basically you gotta put in the cheese. And these are like, what's this? 100 grams of these, so that's 800 grams of cheese. I put it in there. And this is kind of a sticky mess, so I'm going to take this to the kitchen until I finish that. Because I need to throw this away. This is the time where you preheat the oven to 130 degrees Celsius. First you throw 3 eggs in there. You need 175 grams of sugar, and that's a lot. 1 squirt of lemon juice, or fresh lemon, of course. Squirt. That's a lemon from a bottle. Our secret ingredient is cinnamon. And we like cinnamon. The bottom, the cookies also taste like cinnamon. So we're shaking cinnamon in there. How much? Not sure. Just shaking. And of course we need flour to make it rise. And that's 20 grams of flour. Now, I already made this cheesecake a couple of times, so I know that 20 grams of flour is about 1 big spoon of this'em. But when you make it for the first time, use a little scale. And something else you need, 1 little bag of vanilla sugar. This is about 8 grams of vanilla sugar. So that's more than enough. If you buy big bags of vanilla sugar, that's 8 grams. That goes in there. And now we blend carefully. And the next part is self-explanatory. I got my blender on the lowest level right now, just to get everything blended together, and it will creep up your blender. And then later on I will, when everything is blended together, I will put it on level 2, and then 3 and 4 and 5. So I'm gonna pause you now until I get that done. And then you mix it until it's nice and smooth. Now, if I blend it, you will see little chunks of butter in there, but when you stop blending, you just check it now and then it will be all smooth. So that's the way you want it, all smooth. The way that it looks. Not if you blend, because you will still see those little chunks of butter in there. But this is the way it needs to look. Now let's go put it on the cookies. And I just take that whole thing and I turn it around and I just carefully, oh that's so fluffy, put it in there like that. See, you can see the little chunkies of butter now, but they'll melt down. Now before we can put the rest in there, first we need to put this to the sides. Get the baking paper out of the way. Push it all to the sides. And then, oh. Got a little bit more. And now we put it in the oven for an hour, and also at 130 degrees, and then we'll do the check. Now, an hour later, you need to poke into the pie. I'm going to do that with a sort of a tetting crochet needle. I'm going to poke in there until I get me some of those wooden things again that, you know, that you put your meat on and put on the barbecue. But right now, I don't have any in the house, so I'm going to use my tetting needle. Now I poked it in there, and you can see on the stick that the pie in the middle is still wet, so you just poke it right in the middle. And that basically means that we'll have to leave it in the oven a little longer and poke it again in the middle and see if it's dry then. And if this comes out clean, then your pie is done. Now, as you can see, my husband poked it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times? About 10 times, yeah. So that took actually another hour in the oven because of the cheesecake, but it's a very nice glaze. It's light and golden brown on the top. Don't eat it when it's hot because it's horrible. You gotta leave it to cool off. And here we have the cheesecake the day after. It's got a beautiful caramel browning on top of it. So I'm gonna open it up and see what it looks like. Oh, yummy. Crunch, crunch. Crunch, crunch. Cake scooper. And here we go. Oh, yummy. I like that thick bottom. Could have used a little bit more moist, I guess, in the bottom. That means a little bit more butter. But, oh, yummy. I like thick bottoms. So, well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to taste it. Let me just go see. Perfect. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope to see you guys next time. We'll be meeting again soon, don't worry.